Hi everybody, welcome back to Tall Stitchers. I'm Jennifer, this is my mom Carol, and this is episode 64 of our Flosstube channel about stitching and quilting and embroidery and knitting and crochet, but mostly stitching.
And life.
Yeah. And we're happy to be back. It is Saturday evening as we film, and we're having a glass of wine. Cheers.
See what they say?
Yeah. I like to whine while I stitch. Mom gave me one of these as a gift and got one for herself. And then I've subsequently given one as a gift. But we think they're from a store that is no longer open. We're pretty sure they came from Joseph Workshop, which is closed now. But I'm sure you could find something similar if you dig around on Etsy.
I could do a little searching if somebody really wants it. Put it in the make a comment and I can check when I get to work.
Okay. Great. Well, it feels like it's been more than 3 weeks since we were here, but we had a lot of life in that 3 weeks with Thanksgiving and family here.
And a lot of food and a lot of money spent on a lot of food.
Somebody said something about, I hope you could carry all the food in without breaking your back. It was funny.
It wasn't easy.
But the good news is you have strong grandsons
Yes.
who can carry what they eat.
Yes.
So
and they eat
a lot. So first of all, we want to say thank you for coming back, especially to our subscribers, those who have been with us for a while, those who are new, and especially thanks to anybody who's watching us for the first time. We have a couple of new subscribers since our last episode. I just pick a couple at random, so this may not be all of them, but we want to welcome Ashley, Vicky, Marilyn, Susan, and Diane. And I specifically picked Diane because that was your sister's name, and I thought that was kind of fun.
Diane with two N's. My sister had one.
Yes. Well, it's funny. Marilyn is my aunt.
Yep.
Susan is my sister-in-law, and Diane was my other aunt.
Yeah.
So, worked out well. And then we had a couple other Flosstubers who mentioned us, so thank you very much to Rose from Untwist Your Stitches, Allison from Mrs. AZ Family Zoo, and Michelle from Penny's Daughter Shares. And then you ran into a couple people recently.
I want to say hi to Kathy, who came into the store the other day. We had a very pleasant conversation. She was commiserating with me after I spent 9 hours at the hospital the other day. And then
you're okay.
I'm fine. Yes, I'm fine.
It was a minor procedure for someone else.
It was for someone else who lives in this house, who's still whining. But he's a man.
And it's fine.
We think, but we never know. But anyway, and then my friend Jean Ann from Houston gave me a call yesterday because, of course, I was hacked. And so she called and said, did you send me a new friend request? And we talked for an hour. So it was so neat. She's a quilter. Nice. She's a cross stitcher. And she's a great grandma. And her mom lived to be 105. She stopped driving at 100.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, But it was so much fun. We met in Girl Scouts when you were in first grade. She was our field exec, and that's how I met her. So I've known her for how many years now?
25.
Yeah. More like 40 or 45.
On, keep going.
But anyway, hi Jeannie, and it was so good to talk to you, and I do hope you will come up because I got plenty of room, and I would love we could do quilt shop hop and a cross stitch store hop, and it would be great to see you. I know Jennifer
would be fun to see you too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's been a nice friend acquaintance.
Yes. Well, speaking of friends, your quilt of the day has something to do with friends.
This is a Thimbleberries quilt called Three Friends, and I made this with my friend Algene. She was, I don't know if we finished it in Houston, but I know we worked on it up here because it was quilted by Paul Wyckoff, and I actually made a label for it, so I know that I finished it in January of 2011. Yeah. So that was only 23 years ago. So
no,
20. Well, it says 2011.
2011, not 2001.
Oh, okay.
Right?
No, all right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
So it was a few years ago.
No, that was 13 years ago.
13 years ago. Okay, it's close.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had them quilted by Paul, and I love it. But me and Snowman, and it was fun to make. Thimbleberries aren't around much anymore, but I do have a few of them.
Yeah. And, was this a kit? Do you think?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it in Houston.
I think I remember you guys making this.
Yeah, we got it in Houston, and then remember she came one time and stayed for like a week.
Yeah.
And I think that's when we did it. And then we took them over to Paul, and then I think I sent hers to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
great.
yeah.
It's a fun quilt.
So it was fun. It was neat to make.
Does this go up in January or is it a Christmas quilt?
It depends on how much room I have or what my mood is, because I've got several quilts that are good for Christmas.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
probably January, just because
Because it's more snowman than holiday.
Speaking of that, you need to change my quilt over the couch because it's the
Yes,
fall quilt.
I know.
She won't let me climb on the couch anymore, so now it's her job. Or Jenna, if she gets better. She's been sick.
Yeah. Well, let's jump into life updates. We'll start there. My daughter came home for Thanksgiving, went back to school, had her first Playbill credit, worked as part of the production crew for the Red Bucket Follies on Broadway. And
her name's in the Playbill.
Yes.
It's so cool.
Yes.
It's so cool.
And got home last night and probably got sick today. So hopefully it's just a little stomach bug that'll pass in 24 hours. But otherwise she would probably be here to say hi. But not this time. You don't want to see her puke.
No.
No. And
I don't.
Also, since last time, we had my brother and his whole family here. They came for Thanksgiving.
You guys met Andrew last time.
Yes. Yeah. He did have shorts on. You saw a lot of Andrew in that mirror, but not all of him. And we spent a day out at Turkey Run State Park, and it was miserable weather, and we had a very rainy hike, but we had gone all the way out there, so we still had to hike. We had one good hike and then one very rainy hike, but we still had a good time. And then
I got to sit in the lodge and stitch. It was great because I'm not a hiker. I can't climb those hills or up the ladders or anything else. But it's so funny driving out there. It's very flat. And I know they were thinking, because they like to go to Colorado and Utah and stuff like that and to hike. And they were, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, I'm driving out here and it's flat as a pancake. And they're like, and where are you taking us? But then once we got there, they all took a bunch of pictures, and it's amazing, the terrain. You know, it's steep and hilly and rocky, and there's water running through it, which somebody slipped and fell in and got wet, muddy. They all got wet, but somebody got muddy. And so it was a fun day.
It was a very fun day.
And the lodge had the fire on because it was not cold. It was cold. It was in the 40s.
It was cool,
yeah. Of course, Andrew was in shorts, but what can I say?
Yeah. And we had our first 2 snows since we saw them last. Yeah, not much, but still nice to wake up to.
Yeah.
One of them happened during rush hour, but luckily I had a doctor's appointment that afternoon, so I had left work early and I finished my day at home. Thank goodness. Because that was like an hour-and-a-half commute for people that day.
And it was messy. You know, it was the first snow, and the yo-yos
it happened during rush hour, so they couldn't get the salt out fast enough.
And so the yo-yos were slamming into each other because it was like, oh, I don't need to slow down. You know, everybody else will. Guess what? So that was a mess.
And then my son had his last high school holiday concert for orchestra that we both attended. They did a great job. It was fun to watch him play.
Yeah.
And now we're on the
downside
home stretch for me, the end of work for the year will be next Thursday, and Christmas is in a week and a half, and then we'll have more family here to visit, and then somebody has a big birthday, and then it'll be New Year's before we see you again, probably. So
I'll be another year older.
All right, well, we didn't have a lot of questions from our last episode, but we'll start, as always, with the one we asked you, which is how you label your stitching. And we do have some quilters and some stitchers, so we got answers for both quilting and stitching, although I would say a lot more stitching answers. So, not surprisingly, 28 of you put your initials and the date, usually the year, on your stitched pieces and stitch it in. And people talked about a lot of different ways that they stitch it in. Do they stitch it below? Do they stitch it in a corner? Do they fit it in with the design somewhere?
You do that a lot. You kind of put it down. You know,
I usually put it down at the bottom, but like kind of hide it in a spot. So a lot of people who are initialing and dating. Behind that are people who should not feel guilty, but who said, I don't do it. Some of them were just straight up, I don't do it. And other ones were like, I know I should, but I don't. And I'm going to say this is a no guilt space. So if you don't do it, don't worry about it. If you want to do it, do it. So then behind that, we had 10 people who used some kind of card on the back. And some people who date and initial on the front even said they put a card on the back with more details, like the threads and the fabric and
the pattern,
what's going on when they made it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Then we have 4 people, and this was usually for smalls or pillows, who put one of the date charms on. And I've done that a few times. You have as well. Oh, if you have a 2024 charm.
I've got 22, 23, and 24.
All right. I need a 24 today. 3 people said they put it on the back. 3 people said they put their full name and the date. Somebody said they had a short name, so that works out well.
Yeah.
1 person said they just put the date, and 2 people said they just put their initials. For quilts, 10 people said they don't, or they're not good at it. That's me. I do sometimes, but I'm not good at it.
You do when you have a mother who embroiders it for you.
I do, and I do when I'm giving it as a gift, but the ones I keep for myself, I'm not good at. 5 said yes, they do label their quilts. 2 people said they actually sign them, like either on the back with a pen or in the binding. And then 3 people said they make embroidered labels. And that's what you do.
Yep.
So I'm not going to promise to do this every time, but in addition to our common threads, I also pulled out some specific comments that I thought were interesting. So Susan said that she only labels them when she gives them to other people, because if she does it herself, she knows who did it. Joyce shared that she uses iron-on labels, and I can't remember, Joyce, if this was for quilts or for like fabric finished pieces from a company called Ever Emblems. So that would be nice if you could put all your information, just iron it on, especially the back of a little pillow. A lot of you said you might do big pieces, but you don't do smalls. And a lot of people said, I think about it, I mean to, but then I move on once it's done and I don't do it. Sassy Zoo said that she'll often put a special note in the frame. So if somebody should take it apart, they'll have a surprise. I thought that was kind of fun.
Yeah, that's neat.
And then Margaret said she uses Roman numerals for her date instead
that's
of
neat. Regular numbers.
Regular numbers.
Yeah.
And then Deb said she puts her full name and year in the margin that goes behind the frame when she has framed pieces.
Right at the
so
edge.
It's like tucked behind there. So if there was ever a question who did it, she would still have her information, but it doesn't show.
Good idea.
So yeah, that's
and that happens,
story.
Unfortunately. You know, that's one thing I read one time for a quilt. When you're putting the binding on, you sew it on and then you bring it around to the back. And they said when you just sew it on, and this is your folded edge and this is your raw edge. Oh, okay, this is your folded edge and this is your raw edge, and you've sewn your seam here. They said they just write in here their name and their date. And that way, if the quilt is ever misappropriated, let me put it that way, there's proof that, well, this is my quilt because I have my information in here. You could just rip a little bit and say this is where it is. And that would be proof. Yeah.
Yeah. And other than that, we only had one question from our last episode. Deborah, who I think often comments on jewelry, asked where we get our jewelry. And I told her, mine comes from here, there, and everywhere, Deborah. I love to shop for jewelry and buy it as souvenirs when I go on trips. I looked back, the necklace I was wearing last episode, I actually got from the jewelry store in Zionsville, right across the parking lot from the cross stitch store. So that could be a very expensive little corner right there with the cross stitch store and the jewelry store.
Yes, definitely.
And how about you? Where do you get your
I get
jewelry?
a lot, like I've mentioned before, my husband's father, my father-in-law, liked to buy jewelry from my mother-in-law, and that kind of followed along. So I will show you this one. If you can see it, I got that ring for our 50th wedding anniversary, and I deserved it. But and then I got these earrings, which are really cute. I don't know if you can see them.
I have mine on too.
We went to the craft show in Plainfield at the high school last weekend, and these are snow globes, and the bottom is wood, and then the top is transparent, and it's got a little snowman. Yeah, here, just stick my ear in there. See, and so they're really cute. And
mine are reindeer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you bought those. Yeah. So, and so we bought some craft shows. The Indiana Artisan Show, I bought several pieces there. And just kind of
everywhere.
Yeah, like Christopher and Banks, I've picked up a bunch of stuff there. I usually buy it on sale, like my Christmas watch, which is all Christmas guys. It's upside down, but anyway, it's all Christmas things, and I think I bought that for like $8 or $10 because it was after Christmas and it was on sale, and I was like, ooh.
And you really enjoy seasonal jewelry.
Oh yeah.
You wear Christmas stuff and snowman stuff and flowers in the spring and stuff like that. So
I have a jingle bell. I should have worn that tonight. That would have driven you crazy.
Yeah.
You
I feel like
you wore the
worn
reindeer.
That before.
I have the reindeer too.
Yeah.
She's used the reindeer in her senior picture. So
okay. Should
what
we
about
get going?
previous finishes?
Oh, previous finishes. You have
because I actually found some.
Yes.
How's this? Now, don't ask information. I can look it up, but it'll take a while.
I think this is JBW.
I do too, but that's my Merry Christmas, and I don't think there's a date on that.
No, a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah. And this one I know I did in Houston, and it was framed at Turrentine's. She's wonderful. She was such a good framer. I don't know if she's still around.
And you don't know the name of the pattern?
Not offhand, no.
It's probably from the 1900s, you guys. You didn't date that one either.
No, I didn't date that one either.
Yeah.
And then this one I finished here, and
this one we have a date on, 2015.
Yeah. And so the charms. That was one of those things. I bought the pattern. I saw it. It was a sample in the store. It had been entered in the state fair. And I thought, oh, this is really neat. So I said, I'd like a gift certificate to Persnickety to buy the charms. Well, I got a very generous gift certificate, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
By the time I bought all the beads and all the charms and everything else, but I love it. I just think it's so pretty.
And show you some of the details.
Yeah. So and then I got it framed at, I guess, Michael's. I don't know where I got it framed.
So
usually they put a sticker on it, but they didn't this time.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of fun. And that pattern, I have that, and I could tell you if you want to know.
Yeah.
But leave a note and I can tell you what it is.
Yeah.
I just didn't take the time to dig it out tonight.
Beads down here, the snow.
All the treasures.
This reindeer is beaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the wreath for W.
A lot of work went into that one.
Yeah. Took a long time, but it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I really enjoyed it. So those are previous finishes. Aren't you proud of me? I remembered to get them out.
Yes. I did not bring any previous finishes this time.
Because she knew I'd show her up.
Yeah. I have my Christmas stitching hanging up already in the house.
Oh.
So I didn't even think of it.
Oh, my Christmas rules is around here somewhere. I'm not sure where. I think it's in the closet.
Oh.
Might be right there. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
You've
Next time.
You've seen it. Now we can go on.
Okay, whips.
Whips. Let's do new starts.
Okay.
Because somebody got me
have
carried
new
away.
Starts. I don't.
I do.
I just have whips.
Again, working at the store is my downfall.
I think you've bought this pattern twice.
No, there's two patterns. I don't think so. I don't know where the other one is now. It's in the bag.
Winter on the Square by Scissortail Designs. You know there's a button in there.
Oh, okay. There's a button in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my...
It goes on. Oh, it goes on that one.
Okay, that's not the pattern I'm using. The pattern I'm using is on the clipboard downstairs. So forget it. There are two patterns. They're different.
There's another Scissortail pattern that's not this one.
No, I just realized it's on the board downstairs. Oh, crap.
You want me to go get it?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, we'll pause.
Ta-da! The magic of YouTube. Look at that! Winter Whimsies by Scissortail Designs. All right. Now, do you want to show them your new start?
This is a new start and a finish.
We haven't even finished a full glass of wine.
No. That was a start and a finish. The only thing I can tell you is if you make these and you look at the wrong pattern, the borders are not the same.
Yeah.
I redid this border twice because it was too short and not wide enough. But anyway, it was really quick and it was really fun. And then I got so carried away, I went ahead and started the next one. And I worked on this at the hospital the other day for quite a while. So I got a lot done.
Yeah. It's just snowflakes left.
Yeah, just the snowflakes. Yeah. I got the winter done and everything. Yeah. So, yeah.
And what's your fabric? Do you remember?
Yes, it's 28 count white Lugana. And I'm using DMC, called for DMC.
Great.
Because it really only called for DMC and one Classic Color Works. And when I had all the DMCs, I was like, don't buy any more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I think I was working on this last time. we filmed, and I kept working on it. So 324 now has what I have of page 3 complete. You'll see there's quite a few holes. So there's page 3 with holes for threads I don't have. And this is on 32 count Lugana Silvery Moon with all the called for colors. I'm doing the full 324 color version, and clearly I don't have a full set, but I have the card with you, and you'll take it to our friend, and she'll send me the little snips of what I need. And then I'll keep going. So there's page 4 here, and then there's a partial page 5 and page 6. So
you're getting close.
I'm getting there. It won't be a finish this year, but I've made great progress.
It's so pretty.
I love working on it.
It's so pretty.
And once I get going on a page, I don't want to
Doesn't she have a new one? What's her new one?
She does. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a companion to 324.
Would you do that?
It's more specialty stitches. I might. We'll see. We'll see. Let's finish this one first.
Okay, then this is a whip. This is At Our House by Lizzie Kate. And I've been working on this and begging and borrowing. I started it on a piece of fabric that was too short. So I just left it and I started over again. And then I got to the point where I didn't have enough. What's the color? The C. I could look
Caterpillar.
at it. Caterpillar, yeah. I didn't have enough caterpillar. So Jennifer had a couple of strands and I still didn't have enough. So then I started tearing out what I had done before.
Oh,
but
from the other
look
piece.
at this. All I have to do is, I have a couple birds in here.
Oh!
Okay. She doesn't have as much wine left as I do. So anyway, all I have to finish is this border down here. I've got some of those done. And then I think a couple of birds and a couple things.
That's
of
what I was
backstitching.
trying to do. I was trying to hold up the powder next to you.
Yeah. So it's really close and I'll be able to finish it. I'm going to make it into a bell pull for Christmas present.
Excellent.
So it'll be done quickly. And it went so fast because you know I love doing words.
And what are you stitching it on?
It's on 32 count Beautiful Beige.
With? Called for?
Yeah, Classic Colorworks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got all
that's
the ones.
Classic Colorworks.
Yeah.
Huh. Not a lot of Lizzie Kate uses Classic Colorworks.
No,
Must
this
have
one
been a
did.
later one.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there a date on this?
Is there something that goes in that little spot right
Yeah,
there?
a bird. A bird.
You still have to stitch him.
Well, I had to take him out because I put him in the wrong place.
Okay.
So yeah, and I have to do legs on these birds.
Oh,
and,
yeah, there's still a
and
few.
then just little
A
things.
few little things.
Yeah,
That's
not much.
That's the spot where
The
the
bottom,
bird's missing.
yeah, the bottom row here, and then this,
Yeah.
and finish those.
Oh, yeah.
This bird and legs on that bird, and
And some green
the wings on the
here.
bee.
The leaves on the...
No, they're done, I think.
No, the green ones aren't. Oh, they're not green.
They're brown.
Okay.
I probably used the wrong color. Oh well.
Well, nobody will know.
Don't tell. Okay.
Okay. Next whip.
Let's see what we can knock over now.
I know. Give Thanks by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I think I had started this last time, but I had not gotten very far. And I am not really in the mood to stitch Thanksgiving anymore, but I didn't want to put this away before I finished. That little turkey, isn't
He's
he cute with his big old long legs? And who knows, I'll probably come back to this. It'll sit in my whip pile and I'll work on it on and off. But I got that center turkey done and I'm happy with it. This is on 28 count sand linen with all the called for DMC threads.
And he's the biggest thing on here, so finishing up
Yeah.
segments won't be hard at all.
Yeah, I think, well,
The pumpkin, the Fruit of Plenty will take.
yeah, it'll take a little time, but it's okay. I like it.
But it'll be
It
easy to have
was
a segment
fun
done, you know.
to work, and that's what I think. I'll probably pick it up and do segment of this, and
Yeah.
then put it aside, and then a segment of that, and maybe by next Thanksgiving I'll have it done.
Yeah. And then, I know you've seen this years ago, or earlier this year. We
Been a little
both have been working on this. This is hands-on design. Let's talk stitching. And we're going to make the bag. And I actually have the pattern. I think I have it twice. Because
And we did this one, the small one.
We did this one.
That goes on the bag.
We did this.
These are different.
Me did this one. I don't know what you did. But
Yes, they are different. Sorry, I thought those were both the same. They're
Okay.
not. There's 3 patterns in this.
Yeah.
That's amazing design.
And oh, here's the bag pattern. I have that with, so that I don't buy it again.
Yeah.
So this is the bag pattern.
Yeah, that's cute.
And I have the fabric for that. I think I got it from Eric and Susan
I
last
think
year.
you did too.
So anyway, here we go. This is, oh well, it's right side up now. There it is, all done. I finished it the other day at Stitch Group. I did the needles and the thread, and I did the little, whatchamacallit thingies.
Pins?
No, the Smyrna crosses.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And yeah. And I used my sulky for that.
Yes.
I took
you
colors
used
out.
my sulky.
Most
you
of
borrowed
mine.
it from me.
Did I?
You did.
A lot. Well, we
yeah.
can figure out who's
we
what
shared.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is on 28 count slate.
Yes.
I'm going to guess that's Fabrics by Stephanie.
Yeah, I don't know.
But not positive because it doesn't say on the tag.
Yeah. But,
Excellent.
So it's done. So maybe no break. We talked about she's off for a couple weeks. We could get the bags done. Maybe we'll shock you and have a finish at the beginning of the year.
That would be fun.
Stunning. Stunning.
My next whip is Begin Row by Bent Creek. And I think last time I showed this, I was just past the halfway mark, and I decided I would like to finish this by the end of the year. This is my oldest whip right now.
Really? Wow.
I think it's slightly older than the reindeer.
Not
by much. No, I think I started this in early December last year, and I started the reindeer on Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a little bit older. But I worked on this a couple of times since you've seen it last. And I filled in some more trees. And I'm all the way up to the U now. And I still have a ways to go, but it's coming right along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good.
And this is on 36 count Medusa's Gaze by Lap and Loops. And it's just, I'm sure it doesn't show that well in the video, but it's a really nice gray with some variegation to it, but not too much. It's not crazy. So that is in progress. I'm using the called for threads, which are weeks. They're a little bit of everything, I think. Weeks, sampler threads, and some DMC.
Yeah. It's too bad that doesn't show. You know, it's dark. It's, what is it, 39 o'clock. And we have the bright lights on, but it tells me now that it really makes a difference when we have the daylight coming in too. You can see it better.
Yeah.
So
next time you can show.
Yeah.
Are you finished with whips?
Yep.
Okay, I have one more. Last night? No, 2 nights ago, I decided to start my next reindeer, and this is also a goal by the end of the year. I'd like to finish Comet, one more of my Hindsight reindeer from the Crystal Reindeer series. And don't laugh, it's not much, but there's my little start. And I filled in the dot on Dancer, I think. Some people mentioned that I was missing one of the dots in the sled. Thank you very much. It actually wasn't in the pattern. So I went back and I pulled the pattern to see what color it was, and they had missed the stitch in the pattern, but it was on the picture.
Oh.
So thank you very much. I will keep going on this one, and glad to have another reindeer underway.
You know, it was funny. I was talking to a friend at the library Stitchers the other day, and she was asking me something about filming. And I said, well, what's really neat is our viewers are wonderful. They catch us with all our mistakes or the things we miss. And she said, really? I said, they must watch with magnifying glasses or something, because I said, you know, they'll say, okay, you missed 3 stitches here, or you missed that. And we appreciate it greatly. I said, I would much rather have you guys tell me before it's framed or finished. You know, so yeah, it was kind of funny. She just couldn't get over that. I said, oh yeah, they catch us all the time. Yeah. We have to be very careful.
Yes, we do.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it.
Is that all your whips?
Yep.
I have a finish.
Okay.
And it's kind of a big one.
Oh, well, you saw my finish because it's my winter one.
Yes.
It was a start and a finish.
I don't have to pull out the patterns because you don't need to look at the picture, because I finished my Lizzie Cake Greenies.
Oh, wow.
I clearly didn't iron it, but I finished it and I love it.
How are you going to frame it? In a long frame?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm going to buy a good frame for this one.
Yeah, I would.
So there it is. There's threads hanging there. This is a 32 count Meadow Rue, I think. Let me see, it's right here. Yep, 32 count Meadow Rue from Lakeside Linens with all of the called for threads. But I did switch the one that the alligator is for the DMC, because my thread was too close in color to the other ones.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So I'm very happy to have this done. And I did make a slight change because the buttons that were on the pattern, I couldn't find. So instead, I got this set. It's called Sprinkles. 35 micro mini buttons, lemon drop.
It's from JBC.
From
Just
another button company. Yes, we ordered it into the store. And so what I did is I used different buttons.
Oh, it's fine.
So I have a flower there and a little star on the bike and a little heart by the doggy and another flower and another star. And then is that one a heart? Yeah, another heart. So I thought that was just kind of fun to switch up the buttons a little bit.
Yep.
So I'm very happy. That's from our Lizzie Kate series, Sal. So now all three of us have finished our pieces. Mom, me, and Allison.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did it too, and I finished it. And her mom.
And her mom, too. Yep. So I don't know, Allison, do you have more Lizzie Kates you want to stitch? Because this was fun. And I have another series I could stitch next year.
I may have. So I have to look.
Just let us know. You definitely do. You have the snowbells.
Oh, that's right.
And you have...
I have the fabric for it, too.
You have one that's just a 3-piece series that's snow related as well.
It's so nice that she can remember what I have.
Yeah, so that was my big finish.
Okay.
All right.
I have an FFO.
You have a secret in a bag
Yes,
over
I do.
there.
I'm not telling you.
Okay.
If you remember, I stitched this quite a while ago.
Yes, you did.
And Jennifer was after me. She said, just give it to Teresa to finish. She finished this for our store, and she did. So here it is. Yay. It's on a little red bowl, and this is it.
Oh, whoops.
And I dropped it. Yeah, and there it is. She did a gorgeous job on it.
Well, here, we've dropped enough tonight. Let's not drop the bowl. Hold it up there.
And on the back, it's got a little circle that keeps it in the lid.
Yes.
So it doesn't fall off.
Oh, that looks so
Doesn't
good.
it? Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, thank you.
Oh, it looks great.
I knew she'd be happy.
Yes. Where are you going to put it?
I don't know.
I think you should put it on your dresser.
Oh, okay.
And you could, like, put rings in it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it pretty, though?
Really pretty.
I didn't tell her
Good job.
She's been after me for months to give it to Teresa.
Her.
Yeah.
Just give it to her.
And I didn't tell
You're
her I
not
did.
going to enjoy doing it. This is what I kept telling her.
That's right. And I didn't tell her I did it, and I got it back. Teresa brought it in yesterday.
Yeah.
And so I snuck it home.
And I have a finish too that I did yesterday, hot off the glue. This is
that's the stand.
Love Blooms from Counting Puddles. I stitched this as a shop model for Persnickety Stitchers in Zionsville. And it's on 28 count pearl gray linen. I got the hoop from Amazon and I finished it in the hoop.
Is it coming off there? Is it short?
It's just short.
Okay.
And I covered it with
sticky felt?
Felt on the back. No, I just glued it. And the tag is all the information for the shop. And then I reached out to Lindsay, who's the designer for Counting Puddles, because I really like the way that she has it finished there. And she told me where she got the hoop stand, so I got one too. So there's the hoop stand. I guess it could go either way. Oh, it works better that way.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah,
it sort of...
where it has the triangle in the front. And so the nice thing is that the connection for the hoop just sits right in there.
The screw fits inside.
Yeah.
That's great.
So there is my finish that will go to the shop.
I think it's really neat.
So this is from Modern Hoopla. It is on Etsy. It was a very reasonable purchase, and I really like it. What a neat way to display a hoop finish.
Yes, perfect.
So there's my 21st FFO for the year.
Wow.
As part of FFO Challenge 2024.
Wow. I have to update mine now.
Yeah. So maybe we'll talk about FFO Challenge 2024 for a minute. Because my original goal for the year was 30 FFOs. I'm at 21. I'm not going to get to 30, I don't think. So I'm setting myself an acceptable change.
25.
25. That's the new goal.
Still pretty good.
I have one more that's in progress. That's a hands-on design mattress finish. And it takes just a lot of stitching. So to sew it together, it's like a Biscornu times 2. Because you go around twice, the top of the mattress and the bottom. So I'm actually on the bottom part of the mattress now. I was stitching on it tonight. And that should be a finish by the end of the year. And then I'm trying to think what my other, that'll be 22. So then I just need to do 3 more. So I will be.
You might have some small ornaments you've done or something.
I
That
do.
could be
I have an ornament I want to give a friend. So that I need to finish
yeah.
quickly. And then I have
That'll
a
be
couple
23,
other.
and then 2 more.
That should be reasonable to do fairly quickly. So we'll see. Yeah. That was my present from Eric and Susan.
I didn't know that.
Oh. Well, somebody wasn't paying attention when we opened presents then, was she?
There were 11 people here and a dog. 2 dogs.
2 dogs.
2 dogs.
1 crazy dog, not hers.
No. Absolutely nuts.
Yes.
She's, what, 8 or 9 years old, and she acts like she's 6 months.
Yes.
If you pet my dog, if they pet my dog, she climbs up on somebody's lap and says, hey, I'm your dog. You're my person.
The funny thing is that your dog, Cindy, has never shown any jealousy.
No.
I started petting Penny, and she weaseled her way right in and like pushed Penny out of the way. It was hysterical. So I kept calling Penny over so that Cindy would get jealous because it was so darn cute. But then I would pet Cindy.
Yeah.
The dogs had plenty of petting.
Oh, yes.
Weekend.
They did. They did.
Well,
They had a
why
good
don't we
time.
go into haul then? So
Okay.
we celebrated our Christmas while they were here because we are not usually together for Christmas. It's been many years since we spent a Christmas with them. And so we decided this year that we'd do Christmas right after Thanksgiving, which was really fun.
Worked out well.
Everybody was here and we had a good time.
And in our house, the way we open presents is we open them one at a time and we show everybody what we got.
Yes.
And we usually start either with the youngest or the oldest. And sometimes we skip over somebody in the middle because we forget how old she's gotten. And then, but it was really funny because in their house, they just dive in, open everything. And you say, who gave you that? And they're like, I don't know. Well, they know now because Gran doesn't mess around. Yeah. And so, but we had a great time opening presents and everything. So that was really neat. Yeah. So we got some neat stuff.
Yeah. So I'll show mine first.
Okay.
I got Cross Stitch in the Forest by Pigeon Coop Designs. Max Pigeon is the designer. And this came out earlier this year and I promptly put it on my Christmas list. And I love it. The designs in it are beautiful.
Helen D has done a couple of that.
Yes, they're all nature inspired.
Where's the one she did that's the water?
That one's not in this book.
Oh, it's not in this book?
No.
Oh, it's a separate one?
She did one from this book. Maybe while you show yours, I'll find it. But it's a great book, and I'm very happy to have it.
They gave me this pattern from Simple Stitches. It's a nice quilt pattern, a nice wall hanging, and then I also got this bundle of fat quarters, which is really pretty. It's Christmassy, and I love the stripe. Yeah. And the candy canes and the Christmas lights.
Does that go with the pattern?
I don't think so. The pattern was kind of included as a freebie, but I may use it as part of the pattern. I don't know. But anyway, so I got that, and it came with a fat quarter, a free fat quarter. I
found the one that Helen stitched. She stitched Fraser fur.
Yeah.
Yeah, and finished it like a tree, I think.
And then they also gave me the Knitting Bag of Tricks book, which I'm starting to go through. I haven't had a lot of time to read it because I've been making beds, doing laundry. But I really want to sit down and look at it because I think there's some really good hints and stuff and tips in there and everything. And so, and then they gave me a little candle from Maine because they love to go to Maine. Mm-hmm. And they gave me some dips that you mix with oil and stuff, and then you put mini pretzels in them and bake them. Yeah, there was honey ranch
some of those over.
Yeah,
over Christmas.
Honey ranch, and I think there was a garlic and maybe something else.
Yeah,
a honey mustard maybe, and then a ranch.
We can skip
that.
So
yeah, and then it seems like there was one more thing in there, but yeah, so that was a bag of goodies.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was.
Nice.
And then we got a picture of the 3 boys at the college graduation,
which
we weren't able to go to, so that was nice. And then
I do have one other haul, but it's electronic, so I can't show it. But there was a group that did a bookmark set of patterns, and I think it's 12 bookmarks. and it was offered for donation. So I gave a donation to Dolly Parton's Imagination Library because it was a literacy focused fundraiser. And so I got those, and Michelle of Penny's Daughter Shares and I are going to pick a bookmark. We might not stitch the same bookmark, but we're going to stitch a bookmark together from
that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the other day I was checking in orders, and this was one I placed. This was not our monthly. This was what I placed, and I had ordered this one. It's called a Knitter's Sampler, and I just thought it was really neat. And
that's cute.
So that'll be cute. So that's something I'll work on. And then the one I had ordered another one, but it turned out I already had it. And I said I didn't want it a third time because it's going to be a giveaway one of these days because I have it twice. But this came in our monthly order, so I took this.
I like that one.
Isn't that pretty? It's called Bits and Pieces, and it's from Little House. I think, is it Little House? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Little House Needleworks.
And
that's cute.
I love that one. So I said to Vicki, I want this one. And then in this issue of the Christmas ornament project book, not ornaments, they had these blocks with the joy, and so I got perforated paper.
Oh yeah.
To make them, because you do it on paper and then you mount them on the blocks.
Yeah.
I'll find the box somewhere.
I've heard a lot of opinions about this book this year because it's not all ornaments,
and it's not called ornament book anymore.
Bigger piece, and there's some other bigger pieces in it, and it's funny. I've heard some people not very happy, and then one lady, I think, made me laugh out loud because she said, "How many of you have actually stitched ornaments out of your ornament books? What are you complaining about?" So I thought that was funny, but that joy is cute.
Yeah. So
and so it's that little angel.
Yeah. There's some cute ones in here. And you did.
And I like this one. That one's really pretty.
Yeah.
They make a nice pillow.
Yeah. Oh, and then the other thing I got from the Jingle Ball, I did not attend, but a friend of mine did. And so she got me the Kathy Haberman Merry Christmas one, and I have the panel on order from Chantel.
Oh, good.
Because the Kathy did it in green. It was stained green.
Okay.
I have the panel here.
Like
but
the folk series, the spring folk.
So that's that series. And
so you got the Christmas one.
And I got the Christmas pattern, but then I ordered it the other day from the store when I ordered. But 2 other people are getting it. It's not just me.
Oh, okay. So. Nice.
So So
that's all
we were pretty good.
Our haul. Yeah. We had a giveaway last episode, which we hadn't drawn for, and we just popped up the name, but we haven't heard from Libby Gauntz. So Libby, please go back and watch the last episode and send us your information because you have won a set of fall/pumpkin themed patterns. And we would like to send them out to you. So please send us your information and we'll get them in the mail.
We have them in the envelope ready to go. We just need your address.
Okay. So. Have you been doing some quilting? Knitting? Embroidery?
Quilting, well, I finished the top, but you can't see it till it's quilted. But I got it done and it's really pretty. It's on the wall over there and I'm really pleased with it. It measured out perfectly. Yeah. Everything fit, which I always find shocking when I'm doing something. But it's really, I think it's striking. Susan's really excited to get it.
Pretty.
I had hoped to get it done before Thanksgiving, but that just didn't happen. And so she's fine with it. And then I had this for Jennifer, and I didn't give it to her until now. But I did. It's a candle mat, or it can be a mug rug or something. But
I use them as mug rugs.
She has the pumpkin one, but she said she saw this and she was somewhere, and she said, "You never made me that." Well, I did.
Thank you. And then, I love it. Well, the pumpkin one is like all-purpose fall.
Yeah, and this is Halloween.
This is specific for Halloween.
Yeah. And then I've been busy. My embroidery machine's been cranking away. And I got, interesting. I got pot holders from the Dollar Tree. And they're 2 for $1.25. So I've made a bunch of those. I gave them to my quilt bee when we had our Christmas this week.
Nice.
And
Great.
I've been making a bunch of these.
And I worked on my reindeer Xing quilt. I got all the blocks put together and it's into rows. So I will insert a picture of all of them on my basement floor a couple of weeks ago. My goal by the end of the year is to get them into a finished top. So I'm well on my way.
Okay, and then shocking. Again, 9 hours at the hospital, you get a lot done. I'm working on my sock. I got around the heel and I'm into the foot and I'm very close to the finish. So it's all sparkly. I don't know if it shows up here, but it's all sparkles.
It's pretty.
So yeah, so that I worked on that. And then today there's a group that meets at the library in Whitestown, and a knitting group. And I took the sweater up there because, it's been driving me nuts. And Holly figured out what to do.
Yay.
And so I now have
Don't
sleeves.
drop stitches.
No,
Oh, okay.
they're
Okay.
I now have sleeves on it. There they are.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There's a sleeve.
Yep. So now I'm
And for those of you who haven't been here for a long time, Mom has a collection of bags over in the corner of the room over there. And one day right before we filmed, I said, let's play a game and I'm going to pick a bag and you're going to start that project. And this is the sweater that I picked. And you got pretty far, but then you got stuck. So that's great that you have it going again. I'm excited.
First, she was going to pick a project every time we filmed, and I was like, no swinging way.
So that's great
But
that you're working on it again.
I'm
Do you have the name of the pattern in there?
Yeah, because I bought the yarn and the pattern twice.
Well, good. You can make the second one for me.
It's called Ditto, and it's a sweater, short sleeve sweater.
Nice.
So you can tell the pattern's been around, it's a little beat up.
Yeah.
And then when I was looking through my stuff, lo and behold, look what I found in another bag. And guess what I found? Another whole set of yarn, exact same yarn.
That's funny.
I bought it at the Broad Ripple Knit Shop before she closed.
Yeah.
Which was a sad day.
Yes.
Because she was great. She was so helpful. She was so nice. She saved me several times.
Yes. I also had a quilt that I don't think was finished last time. I think I had quilted it, but I hadn't bound it. So that's now bound. You'll see that next time. So I have another UFO finished.
Yeah.
Off my UFO challenge list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to talk about FFO and WIPCO and stuff?
Not this time.
Okay.
Well, FFO challenge. We each have a finish. We each have a FFO for the FFO challenge.
That's right.
But I don't have my WIPCO with me. I have.
Oh, okay.
I think my December calls were Stitch a Series piece, which
that was your
is
Lizzie Kate.
No, that's because I actually
use that for something else.
Yeah, it's the reindeer.
Oh, the reindeer. Oh,
yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that works.
And then my other one is FFO a 2023 finish. And that's the one I'm working on the mattress finish for. So that will be done by the end of the year. So by the time we come next time, we think it'll be New Year.
Next year.
So we thought we'd talk about a couple plans, but one of them is happening before New Year's. And I don't know if you heard Helen talk about this, but Helen and I think it's Michelle, the main Moose Mom Stitcher on Instagram, are going to do the hashtag Flew the Coop Sal starting on the first day of winter. And the Sal is to stitch any of the bird patterns from Pigeon Coop Designs. And when you know, I just got myself a book from Pigeon Coop. So tonight I held up 2 of the bird patterns for my husband and my daughter, because my son's at the pizza place working, and they unanimously selected the Blue Jay.
He's pretty.
Rowdy J. So that is the pattern I will be starting, and you're not going to believe this. I have the exact fabric that he used. It's 14 count fiddler's cloth.
Oh, no kidding.
And I have it in my stash.
Wow.
So I'm going to stitch it right on that 14 count.
And what's it called for? DMC. So
it calls for DMCs. I have all but one of them, so I'm hoping you have it. 420 is the only one I need.
Sounds familiar.
It does. Yeah. So that will be my start on December 21st, and I'm really excited to stitch something from this book.
Ooh.
Yeah. He has a lot of... Okay, so he's in Canada, and there's a little strike going on with the Canada Post.
Office, yeah.
So he is not mailing any patterns right now, but his shop is open for PDF sales.
Ah,
So you might go have a look at his birds in his shop, because there's a cardinal that I know you would like.
That would be pretty. Yeah,
and
cardinal.
There's several other birds. There's one he just released with chickadees, and there's some great patterns. So if you'd like to join along, it's Flew the Coop Sal. Again, hosted by Helen and Maine Moose Mom Stitcher. And I'm just going to jump right in.
Sounds great. Yeah, why not start something else?
Exactly.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
But I'll be finished with this one, and yeah.
Right. You'll finish that up in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
So and by the end of the year, I'd like to finish my reindeer.
Just the one.
Just Comet.
Yeah.
Yes, finish Comet. Finish Begin Row. Start the bird sow. And FFO 4 more pieces. And the list keeps getting longer.
Am I writing this down?
No, it's all in my head. Finish my reindeer X and quilt top, and make a present for 5 people. But that's going to be quick and easy. I know what I'm doing already there. So
we'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
And let you know.
Those are my goals. Oh, and
somebody write this down.
And I have another UFO quilt that's on the frame that I would love to finish by the end of the year. You may not see me on December 31st because I may be madly trying to finish all these things that I set out to finish. But usually, like, when I set out a goal, then I'm like focused on that goal.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Those are my goals through the end of the year. How about you?
Well, I want to get the Lizzie Kate one done.
Yes.
I need to do a little more pot holders. And I would like to get that over to Pam to get it quilted, and then hopefully maybe even get it bound and get it finished for Susan. And if we work on that bag, we could do that.
That would be one of my FFOs.
Yeah. And I work on the one you didn't, the pattern she had to go get. The Winter Whimsies. Yeah, the Scissor Tails pattern. I like those. And I don't know. I'm sure I can think of something else.
Oh, yeah.
I know Jenna wants to come over and make coasters for a friend of her for their family. And so, but she can do that. She can do all the cutting and she can run the machine. She's done it before. Excuse me. So I can work on something else with her while she's here doing that. And maybe even straighten up the room. We'll see. I have a closet that has a lot of stuff in it. Not my clothes closet, but the other one.
The other
one.
one.
Jenna is home for 5 weeks. And Jenna is very good. She's ruthless like her mother. And so I have a feeling I'm going to get her to help me go through that closet because I need to clean it out. When my kids were little and stuff, and I exchanged gifts with a lot more people than I do now. I used to buy things during the year and put them away. Well, I have quite a stash now. And I need to clean it out and either donate it to if they do the She and Me bingo at Girl Scouts, or someplace that would like some gifts for people, and because a lot of them I know I will never use. So I would like to work on that.
You could take, if there's stuff for kids, you could take it to the women's shelter we used to make the bags for. That would be a good place to take some gifts for kids.
That would work. So I'd like to do that.
Okay.
So, we'll see.
Good. And what about, have you thought about plans or goals or thoughts for next year?
Well, Carol, who does Stitching Designs, right? Is that her blog?
Stitching Dreams is her blog. And Caroling 55 is her Instagram. Yeah.
And she does an ornament a month, and she just had her ornament parade the
12
other day.
and 24, so it'll be 12 and 25, I think.
Yeah. But she just did her ornament parade and showed hers. And I said to Jennifer, I've talked about doing that more than once. And I finished these little winter ones from Scissor Tails, and they went very quickly. And there's absolutely no reason I cannot do that. So I am going to actively try. Of course, this is, last year in January, we were going to do something every month so we didn't get caught at the end of the year. That didn't work. So I would really like to try and get ornaments made.
You know what you should do the day that Jenna comes? You could start picking them out and kit up the first 3 or 4.
Yeah, because I've got all the ornament books.
Grab them and go.
Really, I've got all the
That'll help
ornament
keep you
books, and I've got a
motivated.
lot of Mill Hill Christmas ornaments. I've got a whole
And you have a
box
lot
of
of
small ones.
printed freebies and
Yes,
stuff.
I do. So I have
Yeah.
a lot of, I could make, not necessarily tree ornaments, but I could make pillows to put in the dough bowl or
Yeah,
something,
absolutely.
anything small like that. So that's
your goal.
I think that's
what
my
you
goal.
think you're going to
That's
work
what I'd
on
like to
next
try.
year.
Yeah.
I haven't
So
thought yet about what I want.
I don't plan a lot because I'm not a, like there's some people like, I only stitch this until then, and then I switch over,
Yeah.
or I stitch for 5 days at a time. Once I start something, I really pretty much want to
You
get it
stick
done.
with it.
I stick
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
I'm not monogamous,
You're
but I'm
semi-monogamous.
Yeah.
And
So,
once you get close to a finish,
then
you
I-
pretty much
yeah.
want to.
get it done.
Yeah. I usually put some thought into my plans when I'm off work at the end of the year,
Yeah.
which I'm not yet. I told you guys last time I have a new job, and my brain is full.
Fried.
I keep waking up early in the morning before my alarm goes off and just thinking about things for the new job, which it's great to have new things to think about.
New challenges.
New challenges, absolutely.
And plus you're putting in different hours.
Yes, more hours.
More hours.
Plus different hours.
Yeah.
So
And you're there more.
It's
you're
been
not working from home as much.
My brain is very full. I haven't had a lot of time to think. But the one thing that's been percolating around is I would like to FFO more than I finish so that I stay ahead. Because I did a good job last year. I finished 40 things last year, FFO'd 40 things, and got my list down to about 40. And I've hovered right around that all year.
Oh.
I've been up to like 43 or 44, but I've stayed pretty tight this year. So I want to continue to FFO the things that I've stitched, and I want to continue to finish the quilt tops that I've made. I don't have a lot of specific things I want to make or want to start. But again, I'll noodle on it and I'll think about it. I've enjoyed Whip Go. I don't know if I'll do it again. That's something I need to think about. And if I do, how will I do it? This year it was much more flexible with a lot of different crafts, and I really enjoyed that. It pushed me to do some other things.
I did that last year. I did Whip Go
did.
like that. And I got a good bit done.
Yes.
I got like 8 or 9 done out of 12.
25.
So I'm out of 25. No, I got more than 8 or 9 done.
You did.
I
You
did.
probably got 14 or 15 done.
So I may try that again too, and put in addition to an ornament a month.
Yeah.
I have so many things I want to stitch, and I have so many things I want to make, and it's just there isn't enough time.
Yeah.
And I don't work. I only do everything because I'm the only one doing anything now.
Yeah.
And and I do work 1 day a week, but still, you would think I could get more
You
done.
have a busy social calendar, though.
Yeah.
You're out and about a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But I stitch every week with my stitch group.
You do.
So that's good. And every Thursday, Pam and I sew together. So I do work on projects.
Yep.
I guess one of my things is to finish that wallet that's sitting over there that I had to get new zippers for because I mucked it up.
Months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was at retreat.
Oh, yeah.
Was that May?
Yep.
And I've been working on other stuff. So that might be something I try and work on and get that finished.
You you did really well a couple of years ago when we drove down to Evansville.
On the way home.
You verbally made a list, and I wrote it all down.
Yep.
And you did really well.
It's
on,
around here. I
marking
found it.
things off the list.
Yeah.
That might be another one you can do.
Yeah, we'll have to go somewhere and you can,
Yeah.
I'll drive and you can write.
So that's our thoughts on plans for next year. We'll tell you when we come back in January, and I always enjoy it. Maybe in January we'll do a parade of all our finishes from 2024 instead of a whip parade, because we don't carry a lot
Didn't
of
we
whips.
do a finish parade recently that took us a month to clean up from? What was it we did where we pulled stuff out not too long ago?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to go back and look. But I just remember by the time we were done, this room was covered.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's digging it all out and then putting it all back is the kicker.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we'll see.
I'll have a finished parade to share at least.
Okay.
Even if you
Don't finish anything.
which is fine.
Yeah. Okay. I do have an offer to make to you guys.
Okay.
If you need a charm for something you finished this year or last year or the year before, please send me a note to tallstitchers@gmail.com with your name and your address and what charms you would like, and I will send them to you.
22,
22,
23, and 24. Okay.
I'll be glad to send you one of each or two of each. I've got quite a few left, and I would be delighted to share them with you.
Yeah.
So if you would just send me an email. Don't put it in your comments.
Right.
I don't want your address in my comments.
You won't get it.
Please don't ever put your address in the comments.
No.
We don't want anybody else to know it. It's, there's all kinds of crazy people.
Okay.
Since I just got
and
hacked.
you'll just stick them in an envelope.
I'll stick them in an envelope and send them to you.
Great.
So it may not be the first week.
Yeah.
But,
no promises when.
Yeah. But do send to tallstitchers@gmail.com, and I will be glad to send you charms.
And I think our 2024s are gold.
No.
Oh.
We had one gold. Although they're all silver.
Oh, okay.
They're all silver.
Okay.
We got the gold from Heidi, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm not sending that one. I'm keeping that one.
Okay. Good.
So yeah.
Great. Okay.
And I'll probably order 25s because, I'm going to do
course.
charms. I mean, I'm going to do ornaments this year, so I want to put a charm on each one.
Well, we also put them out at retreats.
I may put a charm back on this one.
You could just glue it on there.
Yeah.
You have to go back and see when you stitched it. Do you put a charm for the year you stitched it or the year you finished it? I put a charm for the year I stitched it.
Oh, I don't know when I stitched it. I'll have to look.
Yeah.
It's been stitched for a while.
You've stitched it since we started filming.
Yeah.
So you only have to watch 63 episodes to figure out.
If anybody happens to remember, send me the information.
Yeah.
You can put that in the notes. If you make a comment, you can tell me which episode I showed that in, that it was finished. But now it's done. Yay.
Okay.
So,
well, surely not everybody who watches us celebrates Christmas, but we have a lot of holidays coming between now and the end of the year. So we want to wish you happy holidays. And also, that's related to our question of the day.
Yes, it is. We want to know if on Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever you celebrate on that special day, will you be starting a project? Will you start stitching something in commemoration of that holiday? Yeah. And if you do, tell us what you're going to stitch. Yeah. We'd love to know. Mine was the crystal reindeer last year. That's what I started on Christmas Day. And I think you started a mill hill. It was mine little. Was probably wine. Yours was little. Well, yeah, there was that too. Maybe this year I'll really try and start something, because it won't be. You did for sure, because we had a picture. Oh, okay. We'll have to go back and look. I bet you finished it, because I think it was a mill hill. Shocking. Shocking. Yeah. It might have been the wreath. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I did the wreath and it's done. Wonder where it is. Yeah. We'll have to find it. All right. I think that's everything. Yeah. Do you want to close this out? Yes. Thank you. Thank you for coming, for visiting, for hopefully you'll hit subscribe and you'll follow us and you'll hit the like button. It helps our algorithms with YouTube. She likes to pretend she knows what algorithms are. Well, I finally remembered the damn word. Give me a break. I called it something else the last time and I got in trouble. So anyway, it helps our algorithms if you subscribe and like. And we want to wish and leave a comment and a nice one. And we want to wish you a very happy holiday season. And we know some people may not have happier seasons, but we care for you and we hope that things are good for your family. Mm-hmm. And on that note, we'd like to say that you can follow us on Instagram. Jen is at Jen Quilter. I am at Grand Stitches. Her blog is quiltingmomsblog.blogspot.com, and she does a summary every month of what she's accomplished and everything, and then twice a year she does a book report. And I just finished a great book. I read over 100 pages yesterday. I had a half-day vacation from work, and all I did was read. Oh, that's good. I did forward it to some of my friends who read a lot, and they added several of her books onto their reading list. So, think about that and everything. But based on that, we wish you good night and happy holidays. Bye. Take care.